Hello! With any luck, we are now streaming. Let's see, it is 6:06 on Tuesday, December 13th, 2016. This is the last Tuesday stream of the year, and with any luck, you will actually be able to hear me. Hey Ildred, hey Michael Handy, hey Joe Maxro, it is good to see you all. Alright, so, everything is indeed okay. Hey Geester, it is good to see you. Everything is indeed now okay. We just had one of those like, hey, oh my god, like, maybe if we don't send this email, like, someone is not going to get paid on time sort of emails. So, email sent. All good. Hey Repeat Pan, and Kinax, and Froggy, it is good to see you guys. So, okay, so, what we are going to do today in the last Tuesday stream of the year is to play Stonehearth. Specifically, we want to play Frostfeast, and we want to play Frostfeast 2016. Not just like, you know, Frostfeast 2016, like, not like, we want to continue where we left off last week when we were playing Frostfeast. We started last week with Frostfeast 2015 and then swapped over to Frostfeast 2016 to see how far Frostfeast has come. So today I want to start the stream off, probably because it'll be archived, with actually showing you how to get Frostfeast into the game starting from the stonehearth.net main page for those of you who are not used to doing that. So the very first thing that you have to do before you can play Frostfeast is you have to find Frostfeast. So Frostfeast is currently available on stonehearth.net, and you can get it from, oh, interesting, Desktop Tuesday did not get pushed to the front page. I will fix that later. But maybe the point is that if you know about Desktop Tuesday, well anyway, so you get Frostfeast from the front page of stonehearth.net. Okay, you know what, I will fix it now because that's really terribly inconvenient. Give me a moment. Sorry. Just need to log into WordPress and fix that. Give me a moment. Okay, so today's Desktop Tuesday was actually about going backstage with Frostfeast, looking at the sorts of hoops that Froggy and Repeat Pan had to jump through, many, I apologize, to sort of like go beyond the things that are easy to do with our modding framework to make Frostfeast truly amazing. So, okay, preview changes, update. So anyway, hopefully after I do this, and we go back to the main page. Okay, so you can see this week's Desktop Tuesday is backstage with Frostfeast 2016. But if what you want to do is play Frostfeast, then what you want is this, Frostfeast 2016, more frost, more feast. It'll tell you a little bit about what's in Frostfeast, including a preview of this awesome tree and this awesome Varanus, and it'll give you examples or instructions as to exactly how to get Frostfeast running within Steam. Since I know that most of you are playing in Steam, and since Steam is a little bit more complicated than the usual, in order to install Frostfeast in Stonehearth, you basically have to take the mod that you download from here and put it into your mods folder in whatever location you're playing the game in. If you're playing the game on Steam, probably it's in the location that you have saved or installed your Steam, all your Steam games. For me, that is, for me and for on this computer, I believe that that is here inside C somewhere in x86. Let's see, Steam, yeah, Steam, Steam apps, common, Stonehearth, mods. So, wow, this was last touched some time ago. So let's go ahead and take Steam and actually just make sure that we have the latest version of Frostfeast, or sorry, the latest version of Stonehearth, so that we know that it'll be compatible. So, Frostfeast currently works with Stonehearth Alpha 19, and yes, so here we go, Alpha 19, make sure that the sound is okay, cool. So we've got Alpha 19, we can put Frostfeast in this folder, here's the mods, Frostfeast isn't here yet. Okay, so back to here, click here to download Frostfeast, it'll put the SMod somewhere, wherever it is that usually happens. Wait for the download to complete. If the download does not complete, then you will be sad. Okay, where'd you go? Show in folder again. All right, so frostfeast.smod. You want to put it here in. Hey.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, it's Nikki. Stream.
I figured I'd come in. I want to say hi and say thank you so much. I know that was you. Thank you so much for Frostfeast. I love it. It's so much fun. I've been playing it like crazy. You guys are the best. Thanks.
Awesome.
And happy holidays.
Yeah. You can stick around if you like.
I'm gonna finish working on something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Well, that was Nikki. Nikki works on UX for Stonehearth. The last time that she was on stream together, we did UXlandia. But right, okay. So yes, I'm glad that Nikki was able to say hi. She's been playing Frostfeast all week, like most of the rest of the team, and has enjoyed it very much. And it's just really impressive, like, you know, just, yeah, it's cool. Okay, so, why do some trees lose their snow effect when you view them at a distance? Geester, that is actually a really good question. And I will answer it right now, which is to say I'll take my hands off the keyboard. Chris explained it to us, actually, when we played Frostfeast with him when he was visiting last week. And it is because there's a level of detail that the renderer has, a level of detail equation that the renderer has when it's rendering the pieces on Stonehearth. And it basically takes a model, and it's like, hey, if the model is very far away from me, I'm just gonna draw the most common colors on that model. And so the snow is just on the tops of the trees. So at a certain distance, the renderer is like, at that level of detail, like, the tree is mostly green, so I'm just gonna remove the snow. And it looks really weird because there's actually a band of trees that don't have snow on them because that level of detail is like exactly at the too hot, too cold Goldilocks moment of so close that I draw everything and so far that I like make a smaller model or something and stick it into the distance. So it has to do with our renderer, and it has to do with the percentage of snow on the trees. And that's why the snow disappears from some trees and not from others. Yeah, so, okay, and then, Jim Axter says, quicker method, right-click on Stonehearth in Steam, Properties, Local Files tab, Browse Local Files, and that will get you to where, Steam is. So let's just follow that just in case. So, right-click on Stonehearth, go to Properties, go to the Local Files tab, and then Browse Local Files. Yep, and so it'll just take you right to here, which is awesome, because if you have, like, you know, Steam installed in a slightly different way, like, maybe it might be a little bit harder to find your stuff. Okay, but anyway, Frostfeast, we just downloaded it, we drop it into the game here, we go back to Steam, and we hit play. If you really want, you can actually also hit, like, stonehearth.exe here, and it'll also play, but anyway. So, let's see. Fill the insides of the trees with white then. That is an interesting thing. So my game crashes, says Silvernox, every time you try to load your Frostfeast save. Have you done something wrong? No, it is never your fault when the game crashes. It is always our fault. So that said, it would be super useful to know what it is that that is causing your game to crash. And well, there we go. UK Froggy says Chris is looking into it. Another thing that you can do, and undoubtedly you've already gone down this path if Froggy's helping you, is when your game crashes, usually there's a stonehearth.log file, like this one, right as a peer to stonehearth.exe. You can open it and see if there's like a message about why the game has crashed. Okay, Steam is trying to launch Stonehearth. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Hello. We just launched it. It's not that difficult. Like, it was just up a second ago. Okay, cool. So we return. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, so we know immediately that Frostfeast is enabled because the UI has immediately changed color. But just to double check, you can go to the mods folder, Candledark, and you can make sure that Frostfeast is turned on. And if you then later want to not play Frostfeast or not have it, you can start a new game. You can come back to the main menu, you can turn off Frostfeast and start a new game. You can't actually turn the mod off, and I would definitely not advise turning the mod off and then loading a save that has the mod inside of it, because then, like, the save is really gonna get messed up. But if you want Frostfeast and want to play it for a little while, but don't want to play it forever because it's actually really hard, like, you can come here and turn it off and then resume with normal Stonehearth. So, new game. So I confess, guys, I don't actually have a good save from late game that shows off what Frostfeast can be like, after you've been playing a lot. And the reason for that is that though I played Frostfeast for like 4 or 5 hours last week, like, I never actually had a save that I was really satisfied with, my layout of my town and like my decorations. And also I encountered that weird bug that Froggy later fixed, where if you have a certain hat really early in the game, it causes really scary late game encounters to spawn. And so that save was always getting decimated by Epic 4 raids, and that caused me to have to cheat a bunch. And so that save is not representative of endgame Frostfeast. So if one of you guys has a really good late game Frostfeast save that you would like me to show off before the end of the stream tonight, feel free to link it on Dropbox or something, and I will drop it into the Stonehearth folder and we can see. Especially Froggy and Repeat Pan, I imagine that you guys have amazing saves. Okay, so, let's see. Joe Maxter says, Stonehearth, do you want mine? I would be happy to take it from you, Joe Maxro. It is on Slack, he says. Okay, cool. Let me get this started, and then at a point in which we're at a good pausing point, then I will grab your save. Okay, cute chalets for houses. It's kind of fun. I would love to see some chalets. Alright, so, as you can see, like we talked about last time, there's snow on the ground. The entire UI is different. Like, actually, instead of the trapper's knife, I'm just gonna start right off with the farmer's hoe, because the trapper has to go kind of far to get food, and I'm gonna start with an herbalist staff, and why not the weaver's spindle? Not the wooden sword, because actually the wooden sword is easier to get earlier. And let's see, if this is going to be a good Frostfeast save, we need at least one person who will be a good footman. So this is probably a good bet. 6 and 4. Alright, let us embark. A micro-world save, but yeah, okay. I will try out Joe Maxter's industrial one. But good for showing off. Okay. So for Frostfeast, I want to be sure that I'm in some sort of like snowy area like this that still has access and good access to minerals, because later I'm going to want like my blacksmith to be able to make stuff for Frostfeast. So I'm probably going to settle like here somewhere, like go down for the berry bushes and go up for the minerals. This looks like a good spot. Okay. We'll see what happens. All right. Is it obnoxious if people are asking questions about multiplayer? It is never obnoxious, because honestly, I am really curious about how you guys think about multiplayer and what you would like to have in multiplayer. We have definitely, like, every time we talk about multiplayer, we talk about how much we want to make sure that we have a really good single player game first. So that's part of the reason why there's no multiplayer in Stonehearth right now. Wow, this is actually a great spot. Look at all these berry bushes. They're going to be really useful in a little bit. And also there's some flowers up here, which is also really good, and then we're going to be near the mountains, and then we're going to cut this off to make moats. Okay, so I'm actually going to start here on the second tier and immediately start harvesting stuff. I actually love the early game. So anyway, yes, so ask about multiplayer as often as you guys like. And actually even more interesting than having, and I would be happy to talk about what I think multiplayer could be until I turn blue in the face, but even more than that, I actually really want to know what you guys would really like out of multiplayer, and because I think that that's just, like, it's just super important and useful. Okay, so awesomely, immediately, because it's cold out here, they immediately light the fire, and then Brother Lyndon shows up, and he's like, woohoo, it's time for Frostfeast, like, I definitely want to participate in Frostfeast. I love gifts. Like, yes, I totally want to prepare, and I'm gonna make lights, and I can't wait to see Sister Jenna, and thank God, thank you for this stone heater, because without this stone heater, we're all gonna freeze to death. I actually really, really love the way that Frostfeast causes you to cluster, and, I love the way that, like, it causes me to think differently about how I set up my initial towns. And so after having played Frostfeast a whole bunch, I feel like, you know, it's like, we talked about, like, okay, here, I'm gonna make, like, like, I usually make long hallways and then rooms off the hallways, but because of the importance of getting this heater into a central location, like, immediately I just want to, like, make a room that has one door, like, and immediately we're, like, in the land of The Legend of Zelda. Right, so someone has to ask about multiplayer, like, every streamer. It's not a real stream. It is true. Okay. Everything is weak to Akinar, yes. Did Ali design these? Actually, no. It is Snowy and Froggy designed all this. Everything you see here has been created by Froggy and Repeat Pan. Can I shorten it? That guy was talking a lot. I think actually it's cool that he talks a lot because he gives you some context as to the background of Frostfeast and what's going on. So I personally like it, but I'm clicking through because I know that we click through more slowly in the last stream that we did last week. So that is a little bit difficult. Okay, you're going to become a carpenter like immediately, and someone else is going to become a farmer like immediately. We were joking that we make farmers out of people with really low stats, but then like this is really terrible because it's not like we actually have any we're not trying to discriminate against farmers. Seriously, honest. Okay, gonna move the flag back here. Yes, the Church of Plenty. Hello, Sister Jenna. I love your outfit and I really love your hair. Okay, so what do you want us to do? Okay, we need to make a carpenter's offering and a mason's offering. So what I take from that is that we need to turn someone into a carpenter, get their workshop going, and then immediately start making carpenter offerings. And then, oops, sorry. Craft 2 of those right now, indeed. And then, man, it's gonna be a while before we get that mason's chisel, but let's just cue that order already. Because it's going to be really important. And what else? In addition to that, let's make some beds. So let's just go ahead and make 10. And, oh right, we can't make these because we don't have those. Okay, cool. Sorry. So let's make sure that we maintain 3 because you need 3 of those to make 1 of these. So that way she'll just keep replenishing it. Alright, and then we're going to put the heater, oops, building heater, put the heater in the middle of the room. Okay, and then the carpenter's workbench is also going to go in here so that we can make sure to do that. And I'm going to make another stockpile out here so that people don't have to go quite so far. And then I'm actually going to pull the fire pit in so that, again, like they don't have to go all the way out here to do stuff. Okay, because Frostfeast is about clumping. Okay, so what else? So Lord Sup says, for multiplayer, you'd really like to play in the same world as your friends. I'd also like to interact and declare war on them and stuff. Yeah, so co-op multiplayer is definitely what we're interested in, and co-op multiplayer with people you know. Like, because I feel like Minecraft is way more fun with people that you know than people you don't know, and it's like, oh, but I want this to be like my city and this to be their city. So yes, that would be awesome. Like to play with a friend on the same map, but each of us have your own settlement of Hearthlings. Yeah, we actually go back and forth on this, like whether or not you should both have control over the same civilization so that you can then work on buildings together, or if you would prefer to have parallel civilizations that are on both sides of the map. 2 types of multiplayer. Everyone starts in a corner with many factions between the player. Last one standing wins. Everyone controls the village in either infinite or town goal. Yeah, so this is the one that we talk about, and we talk about either this or this. We tend not to talk about really high PvP related, so Frostfeast, if they get cold and if they don't like stand by the heater, like they will be very unhappy soon. But once they are like happy, once they are by the heater, then okay. And then the first thing we should do is probably make some food, but then after that, the next thing we should do is make trees, because we need trees for Frostfeast decorations. And what Froggy and Repeat Pan did was make trees grow much faster, which is actually really, really cool, because it means that you can actually replace trees that you cut down, which actually turns out to be really, really important. Okay, so now she's making beds. Let's make some more rooms, because we're going to need more stone. Gonna need more of those offerings. Let's make sure that she's making the offerings in the correct order. No, okay, so this goes there, and then the beds are less important than the offerings because we want Frostfeast to progress. Okay. There's another one that wants all the information. That's why there's an option for no thanks. Oh, that's really good to know. Thank you. I've always wanted to, like, I would love just templates, but you can also totally post pictures, and that would be like, I would love templates and pictures. You don't need to give me the whole save, I think, but pictures of the save are inspiring. 1 carpenter and 2 mason's offerings. Yeah, well, the likelihood that we get a mason is kind of low. Like, you know, like carpenter of level 2, like, that would be fantastic. The final save is where I'm about to get stomped. I think I know right now co-op multiplayer will be a thing, but each of you have your own set of villagers. You can either work together on one town you overbuilt. This happens to us all the time. Like, this is how we have that town of Raya's Joy that got wiped out by the Marauder. Yeah. Love to be able to use your chalet templates. I agree. No one is Michael Handy, except Michael Handy. It is true. Okay. It's so dark in here. We also need some lights. Let's get some lights. Help us with the lights. One of the other things I want to do too is actually get those flowers. And in order to get those flowers, what I actually want to do is put a ladder here and then like figure out exactly where that is relative to our settlement and then dig down from the top. So so we'll have like a chimney structure thing. How do I want to do this? Right, okay, with this. Okay, so at some point we'll do that. And that will get us a little bit of the ways down, and then we'll have to do a little bit deeper. Okay, cool. Alright, right. I was gonna grab a save from Jim Extra. So yeah, one of the people I was talking to recently about Stonehearth said something really interesting and provocative and about multiplayer, and I would be really interested to get your opinion about this since, you know, we're all playing these games in these spaces. And what he said was that there hasn't really been, like, there's been a lot of games that have explored co-op multiplayer, like, in the PC space, but there hasn't been a game that has really blown that open and like make it so that co-op multiplayer is something that like you're always playing with your friends, you're always like doing cool things. And he was saying that was what he thought that Stonehearth could really contribute to this sort of space. And like I thought it was a really interesting idea because I feel like there's a lot of co-op multiplayer in a lot of places. Like you can make really good friends in WoW raids, for example. You can make really good friends in Minecraft. Like, I wonder if, like, clearly co-op multiplayer is a really big part of League of Legends, and I see a lot of League of Legends these days, so, you know, I wonder what it is, like, I wonder things like, if we had co-op multiplayer in Stonehearth, like, would that enable you to play in a different way than any other game that is out there right now? For example, like, you know, when I want to hang out with my friends, but they're not in the same state, like, I can play Minecraft with them. I can set up a Minecraft realm, and I can be like, hey, let's all get in the Minecraft realm, and we'll just build random towers in different colors. Or if I want to hang out with my cousin on a weekend, but it's inconvenient to actually drive over and see her, we can play a game of League, and it's like we can hang out, and we can, you know, talk about stuff, and as we're playing. Like, is there a thing that you can do in co-op Stonehearth that would change the way that you played with other people? Like, is there something about the Stonehearth game, for example, maybe it's like building together, building a giant castle together, like that would change the way that you interacted with other people online, or that would change the way that you interacted with friends that you were otherwise going to hang out with online? Alright, she's coming back in 9 hours, oh my god. Like, we're just playing on normal and it's already like, wow, the time, it's so tight. Just keeping an eye on it, because at some point someone's going to go up there and they're going to dig themselves into a hole and they're not going to know what. Still going to bug you about Castle Gate and targeting dummy. Indeed, please do. Always good. Okay, so... Right. The other thing that I should mention is that, and I should put this on the Desktop Tuesday too, is that while the team is on, so why is there not going to be a stream until January? In fact, the next stream is going to be on Thursday. So there's a stream today, there's a stream tomorrow, and the next stream is actually going to be on Thursday, January 5th. And I will talk more about that in a bit. But, the reason for that is that all of Riot actually closes, like, in the course of the next 2 weeks, or at least all of Riot that is not actively like maintaining League of Legends. All the like R&D offices, they close. So our whole office will be closed for the next 2 weeks. And so we won't be here to update various things. We won't be here, in fact, to update Frostfeast. So if there is a bug or a feature that Froggy or Repeat Pan want to fix on Frostfeast, it's going to be posted to this discourse thread. And I'm just going to paste it into the chat right now because I know that sometimes people are watching this later and they... So, like... Repeat Pan, that is just like... Repeat Pan, please try not to get me into trouble. Like... Anyway, please don't. Okay, so anyway, Riot's gonna be on holiday. We're all gonna be on holiday. It's great because everyone gets to see more of their family, which is gonna be weird. This is the first Christmas I haven't worked in 3 years. I worked 2013, 2014, and 2015 through Christmas, all 3 years. And I had a really good time, honestly, but maybe my family is, maybe this is the year that, like, Riot is finally like, Stephanie, you need to spend more time with your family over the holidays, so maybe it's good. We, like, guys, no. Let's not talk about this. But yeah, so great. I will be spending time with my family over the holidays. That's going to be awesome. But while I am doing that, and I am not able to update Frostfeast on the official Radiant website, you can find updates from Froggy and Repeat Pan for Frostfeast on this thread if they have them. So, let me, in fact, just run over to the post here on WordPress while all these dudes are... Alright, this is really cute. While all these dudes are building, and just be like, mention that here. Okay, cool. Daily update. Wow. See, like I say, Frostfeast is actually really hard. Like, is she come back yet? Okay, she'll be back in 2 hours. And usually I can get by okay multitasking. Like, really, I play Stonehearth and I do other things, like fix bugs in Stonehearth, and like write email. Don't tell that to people for whom I'm writing email necessarily, but I can usually play Stonehearth and do lots of other things, but I cannot play Frostfeast and do other things. Oh my god, like, it always ends really poorly. So cool. Let's see, we'll do that. Have we made the Mason's chisel yet? Cause, alright, we're currently making the Mason's chisel. Sweet. Okay, once we do that, then we will be able to make a mason, and then we will be able to make some more heaters so people don't freeze to death in the bedroom when we put the beds down. Okay, but right, so let me just stick this in here. Okay, sorry. Like, I have trouble typing and talking. This thread. Okay. Alright, update. Cool. Purchased Stonehearth just now. I'm so glad. Thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, so to Repeat Pan and Froggy's point, at the bottom of the Frostfeast, like, post, it now says update 12.13. If you're playing Frostfeast from 12.19 to 1.5, please check this thread for potential mod updates and bug fixes from Froggy and Repeat Pan. And that takes you here. Sweet. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience to everybody. And I am just going to take this and stick it in the other post too, because, like, why not? Edit. Okay. Update. So I want it to be at the bottom of today's Desktop Tuesday also. So at the bottom of today's Desktop Tuesday, indeed, if you are playing Frostfeast from 12.19 to 1.5, please check this thread for potential mod updates and bug fixes from Froggy and Repeat Pan. You guys are fantastic. It is very sweet of you to offer to update the mod after all of the work that you have done on it. Okay, cool. Alright, so I paused the game because I didn't want to miss Sister Jenna coming or the creation of the Mason's Chisel, which is a really big deal because it will unlock, like, more of this stuff. Woohoo! And the Church of Plenty returns. So we'll get one plentiful offering. And with any luck, this will not cause us to suddenly get, like, assaulted by all of the, Wow, that person should be a fighter. Do not have the sword yet. Let's cue that. And one of these while we're at it. Okay. And make sure that that happens after the lanterns. And then we want someone to be the mason. Did we assign that job? No, not yet. Let's turn you into the mason. You have the all-important job of making heaters. It's very, really important. Okay, right, and all of this was so that Joe Maxer has found a bunch of typos in the Desktop Tuesday. Thank you. Cubicle is spelled wrong, yes. Okay. Thank you for resharing the save. Let me grab this, and then we will put it into this game. Or we'll put it here into Steam so that we can see what a sort of like more endgame version of Frostfeast is like. Started from the bottom, now we here. Sorry, not clear exactly what that means. Now we are here, I suppose. Now you are here, indeed. Okay, so, cool. Alright, Sister Jenna, like, you're gonna deliver these awesome artifacts that are gonna make us this really cool tree. Okay, and so for that we need 2 carpenter's offerings. Sweet, I accept. We in fact have 1 carpenter's offering already, so let's just go ahead and make another one and put it above the lanterns. Cool. Alright, what else is going on? Right, we've got the mason, like, we want to make sure that the mason puts down, oop. Alright, mason's workbench, and then after that, like, mason's gonna make me, like 10 heaters, and is gonna maintain one in the inventory, and is gonna, let's see, maintain one of these guys, so that the mason can start making offerings. Let's have him make 3, just in case, or 2 just in case, so we've got some on hand. Let's see, what else can the mason make? Really it's just the heaters. Like, those are the ones that I really want right now. Okay, so, I really love the beginning of this game. Like, thank you so much, guys. Like, it's like, oops. I played the beginning of the game a lot, and it's just wonderful when it's different. Alright, let's have some carrots. Okay, and we need to make sure that the masons... Nope, still not ready. That the mason... That we have a mason... and that their workbench is put down somewhere. Where'd it go? Alright, they're still working on it. I'm not sure where the mason is. Where are you? Aha. He's working on it right now. Okay, cool. Did we ever make... We still need lights. I thought I'd asked for lights. Oh, right. I keep on putting them off. Okay, that's probably why. Okay, so now we have a mason's workbench. And let's put that down in the same place that the carpenter's workbench is in, on the other side though, so that it's warm in there. And then the mason can start making heaters, and so people will stop freezing to death. Okay, so now, let us take a look at Joe Maxro's higher level Frostfeast save. Sweet. Remember that stockpiling offerings is bad? Could this be why the Church of Plenty once asked me for 53 Mason's offerings? No, surely not. I must cut down the trees for more and more offerings. It's so true. It's so bad because like, you want to add, you want to make more, you want to like, you know, sort of like stock up or whatever, but it turns out that it's a really bad idea to do that. Make some of these, make one of those. It works. What works? Like seriously, they were like, I want 53 of these, and I was just like, wow. Now I really wish I hadn't cheated. Like I said, I was cheating, and the game correctly recognized and punished me for my behavior, which is fantastic. And well done. 269 oak logs. It's true though. I mean, you really might have 269 oak logs if you like clear cut the world, which you also probably shouldn't do. But well, you know what, you know how it is. Okay, cool. Now we have another heater. We'll put that in here. I'm sure that there won't be any trouble whatsoever with exhaust. Thank you, Chris, for like keeping this in mind. I did make the orphans cry, but they were also very demanding orphans. Okay. So, now we have a ladder there, and now I can actually harvest these flowers. Of course, they might choose to go outside instead of inside, but that's not my fault. It actually is, because I made this game. Yay! Alright. You know, it's really funny. No wonder we have almost no food. We haven't actually been taking advantage of all of our many, like berry possibilities. So one of the... you guys! It's cold out there! One of the things I also want to do is make sure that there is a good way of getting to all of those delicious berry bushes down one level, maybe through a hole in the floor here. So anyway, so I could easily play this game for quite a long time. Like I said, played Frostfeast 4 or 5 hours on Thursday. It was the best. So great spring song. We can come back to this, perhaps. But I also want to spend some time loading up Joe Maxro's save and seeing how that goes. Okay, so, whoops, not this folder. We were looking at Stonehearth. We want to load it into save games. Here, and let me just double check what the screenshot is. Oh my god! Wow, alright, we totally are gonna spend the rest of the evening, like, trying to understand what is up with this save. It looks fantastic. Frostfeast Chalets, says Keister. The player shouldn't stockpile hoard offerings because then you're doing it on an industrial scale. Not looking at anyone specifically. Not for the poor children. Think of the children. Dude, I think that it's really, like, kind of awkward because, like, I mean, you want to, like, that's the most efficient way, right? It's not like, I wonder, like, they're starving, so, like, what is the relationship between whether or not they just want food or whether they want handcrafted artisanal food? I do everything in bulk. Alright, Frostfeast Chalets from Averest. Aww, this is gorgeous. That's awesome. Oh. So, Keister, how have we never figured out that you were also Averest? Like, deep apologies. Okay, you hope everything loads okay. You did everything on the industrial scale. You don't think the carpenter's offering should be eaten? Alright, we're having some trouble launching Stonehearth. I wonder why that is. Alright, let's try again. Totally loaded last time. Too much fiber. Alright, so loading. Silver. The towers are beanie hats. I agree. It's really cute. Like, just, I feel like I want to eat everything. Like, eat the entire town. Like, the whole, like, I love the idea of gingerbread houses, but I'm terrible at, like, actually, well, I love the idea of gingerbread houses. I'm mediocre at decorating gingerbread houses, and I actually don't like eating gingerbread houses, and so, like, the years that we make gingerbread houses, they just sit there and they get really disgusting. I don't know why. Like, I guess, there's some kinds of gingerbread that I like, but oh my gosh. Oop, fire pit component. That is probably okay. We will find the fire pit and light it up. Oh my god, Gem Extra, this is awesome. So, check it out, guys. So, like, what we saw earlier. What? What? These are so cute. Oh, geez, you were celebrating Frostfeast with gusto. This is very cool. Like, surprise! 4 years after getting to know you, we finally discover your secret identity, and all this time you were Batman. Okay, so, I am just in awe, Gem Extra. Like, what inspired you to do, like, wow, this is just so cool. Okay, so this is the beautiful and amazing fully decked out Frostfeast tree, which even after playing for 5 hours I could not achieve because it was like, because I kept on giving ornaments to a sketchy, like, cultist guy, and so that made life kind of, wow, Gem Extra, there's no more trees. Okay, but hey, look, here is Frostfeast, the spirit of Frostfeast. Here, let me hit play so that the lights will actually turn on. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. Okay, so, you get this monument from Sister Jenna. You saw the beginning of that quest. And then eventually she'll give you 4 other little monuments that you can then, that the Hearthlings will then put in the big monument. And one of the things I think is really cool is that Repeat Pan was able to figure out the AI system sufficiently to get them to do that, because the AI system is kind of cranky. And also, we don't actually currently have any objects in the game that are like compound, and so the idea that the monument would slowly change and get cooler as time went on was really neat. And then a tree starts to grow in the monument, and the tree's healthiness is a reflection of how well and successfully you are doing Frostfeast. And so I actually have never seen the fully decorated tree in one of my own games because I keep feeding the cultists and so I don't get the ornaments. But these cute adorable ornaments include sheep. Oh, this is adorable. Oh my god. And then of course, like, you know, our clock or whatever has replaced the Christmas star, the Phoenix star. This hat has given me so much trouble. Like, for a while, this is the hat you can get from the Church of Plenty's offerings, and so it temporarily, like, vastly increased our military score, which prevented us from which caused us to have epic 4 raids all the time, and we were constantly having ogres in our town, and that was really, really entertaining. Okay, so this is Gem Extra's Christmas tree lot with, like, all of these presents. This looks so good. These are last year's Christmas trees, and I think that really this Christmas tree is indeed, like, a fantastic improvement on last year's trees. And at first I was, like, really, like, disconcerted because it looks very different than all of the other trees in Stonehearth, but it actually looks really good. Like, we try not to give it that stippled sort of look, but it really works. Okay, I feel like I should let it play so that it fully comes alive. But yeah, so amazing hats. I also really like this hat. This one, like the one that the reindeer Rudolph hat that the goblins also have. It's really good. And of course Frostfeast has Frostfeast related crops and stuff. And some of my favorites from last year include all of these lights. You can get them in presents. Someone probably also makes them, and you can also make these candles and just like like Hanukkah, like, they're not actually, but like they remind me of that, and the lights just make this giant, oh my god. Okay, Uh, yeah. Um, I was not expecting this. I looked at the outside of the house and I was like, this is probably an orphanage. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it was that Dickensian, like, industrial sense that you told me about. And as you can see, oh my god, this is just so good. It's totally an orphanage. Like, hello, this is the Circle Tower, or you know, a really like industrial dorm room. It feels very Dickensian, except that everyone has the really nice bed. This is my favorite bed, like in all of Stonehearth, including all the beds we actually have. Like, I remember seeing it last year in Frostfeast. It was just so good. And also, it has all the chimneys. Because, of course, if we could go down one level, we can't actually. Wow. Wow! Ah, the like little snowlings! Do you want to build a snowling? Okay, so we've got 2 Christmas trees on the inside, and we've got these fantastic fireplaces. And the fireplaces are so cool because when you put them down, they actually build their smokestack up, and then it appears through the roof, and it's just the most awesome thing. It is magic, even to me as a developer, because like I can't even imagine the kinds of things we would have to do to the building system to get this to work. And so, okay, so here they're like tending the fire or building stuff. Do you have like a workbench in there somewhere? Anyway, so, oh, I see. The fire pits are facing away from the house. That's really interesting. Okay, but anyway, so we've got, it's just, it looks like Madeline. Like, you know that, like the children's book about, like, the nun who's got the, like, 2 little girls that are always walking in 2 rows? Anyways, this is, like, it looks like they'd be eating here. Wow, that must be epic. Like, when they all go to sleep and they all go to bed, this is awesome. Okay, they flipped at one point. That's fascinating. Alright, did you see the dining room on the 1st floor? Indeed. Check out the trees by the lodge with trains, as well as inside the lodge. Okay, I want to see these trains, because, like, Repeat Man is teased about the trains, but I've not actually seen them. So where should I look for the trains? Is it, like, here? Oh! You guys. This is so cute. Like, I don't know if anyone on our team has actually seen these trains, but they are amazing. Wow. Like, I mean, I've seen Repeat Pan show the trains. Like, how do you get these trains? Like, who builds these trains? Like, are they a blacksmith thing? Like, are they a, and don't try to imagine how I'm doing this. For your own sanity. Thanks, Repeat Pan. That's so nice of you. I like too how, like, you can look through the window and it's like, oh, like, the snowlings are watching you. Yeah, where do you get these trains? I want these trains. Like, I know I can probably get them from the debug command, but that means that I just have no soul. Like, wow, this is really, really adorable. Oh, and I like that, like, they kind of look like they're irrigated, but they're not. Wow, that's a lot of trader stalls. And here's the trapping grounds. Oh, and wow, that's a lot of eggs. Joe Maxwell has a screenshot of everyone eating, and everyone's got a hat, and it's just like, whoever's sitting in this chair, I guess. This is actually really cool. Like, I don't know if you planned it or whatever. I don't know how you could have planned it, but the fact that the 2 people sitting on either end of the table have these hats is really lovely. And of course, the chimneys in the back. This is definitely Dickensian Frostfeast, guys. Down to the fact that, like, all these, like, and I see why you want a coop. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll, like, coops. Coops are cool. But yeah, they just look kind of lost out there. And oh, this is like the present making station. You know, maybe this is what the North Pole would look like if, like, Santa, like, employed, like, Dickens style, like child labor. Which is actually not kind of inappropriate, because that's kind of like, you know, it's like, how is Santa making all these presents? And, like, this is totally like Santa's workshop. And, like, here's a bunch of cooks making lots of, like, Christmas cookies. And here's a bunch of dudes making, like, trains and stuff. Trimaxer says, check Slack for the picture. Yes. Thank you. That was awesome. Michael Handy says, sorry, would have given you something, but haven't had the time. Did one last year, do one for Frostfeast. No worries, dude. Like, I'm happy to get stuff that you build whenever you build it. Don't look at your crafter cues. It is time to... No, that's okay. This is like one, whoa, respectable suit of armor and monsters! Like, okay, so like, you know, here are the dudes defending. Oh, the archer's doing his job being super far back. Like, isn't this... And the cleric's doing his job being super far back. this game has really come a long way in the last year, and at the same time, there's so much I want to add to it. Like, oh look, it's like, you can see their cleric and their archers, their two clerics and their archers are in the back. Our cleric and the archer, the knight is tanking, the footman's doing the damage, like, it's like a prayer off. Like, clerics healing! Clerics healing! Like, Christmas people, like, running around behind. Like, don't worry, Santa's elves, it's okay. Like, you're being defended by awesome cleric and awesome footman. This is hilarious. I am not gonna think about Santa's workshop in the same way again after this, guys. Also, look at this knight. Just look at him doing his awesome job. Like, you know, he's holding everybody's attention while the footman is fighting this one, like, you know, other footman, and, you know, the knight has just been worn down only a tiny amount, and, like, Allie's plumes on this just, like, totally really worked. It was, like, one of the first things that she did as she transferred onto Stonehearth. Like, I feel like, and now everyone's hungry. Like, guys, in so many ways I feel like this is really the best way to end this year. Like, here, celebrating with this community mod, and also watching everyone eat and cower as a fight breaks out. I definitely think that, you know, the work that Yang and Linda and Allie and Albert did on combat to make these classes so awesome and so distinct, it's definitely one of the hugest and highest value gameplay things that we did this year. And, like, I mean, we did a lot of other things too. Like, we worked so hard. Chris worked so incredibly hard on building and performance to make sure that all of these buildings would build. Like, wow, weren't there chimneys up here a moment ago? Don't think about it. Chris has basically done stuff in our building system that I think no one has ever done in any other video game. Like, the ability to build for, like, dudes with AI to, like, dynamically and intelligently build 3D structures. Like he said, the problem was NP hard, and he cracked it. And, like, that is something that... This is so awesome. Did you see that? Like, they ran around the side, they chased this kobold archer down the back alley and out the side alley, and, like, now they're chasing him and he's alone because he doesn't have any of his... Yeah, and they win, and now they're hungry, and now they're gonna go get food? They're gonna go get food from the giant foods. Wow, that is a lot of eggs. It's Dickensian down to the flies, Joe Maxro. This is so good. You guys, this is like the best Christmas gift ever. And I feel like you gave it to us, and thank you. It means a lot to me. It's just a really lovely chance to look at all these things that you've built, like, that Frostfeast offers this chance to look at, and all the things that we've built as a team over the course of the last year. And that seems like a really great note on which to end this year, for me anyway. Allie's streaming tomorrow, but a really great note on which to end this year. It's been special. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Now I'm crying. I'm crying on stream. Hello, to be commemorated forever and ever and ever on the internet. But I have really enjoyed working on this game with all of you, as always, and looking at it like this, and looking at, like, the awesome chalets, and looking at all of the mods that you've built this year, and, like, look, here's Allie's fountain going, like, awesome. It's really cool. There isn't anywhere I'd rather be, there isn't any other game I would rather be working on, and there isn't anyone I would be rather hanging out with than you guys. Okay, so is that sufficiently Christmassy? The true spirit of Christmas is about gratitude, right? And about being together with friends and with community and creating mountains of presents in a sweatshop-like fashion inside Stonehearth. Okay. Alright, kill the healer first. Love the tree hat running around in panic. Totally face tanking. Building is way better now. Yes, definitely. Check out the cook queue, he says. Alright, let's check out the cook queue. Wow. Wow! 50 gingerbread, 50 Frostfeast hams, 50 Frostfeast cakes, 50 figgy puddings. Well, wow. So this is totally Dickensian. This is the Dickensian dream, Dramaxo. Like, this is like Tiny Tim having like Christmas feast, and like out here somewhere with the decimated trees is totally where Ebenezer Scrooge is having his dream of Christmas past, or sorry, dream of Christmas future. This is so good. You have too many eggs. All right. So, the true spirit of Frostfeast. Alright, here's last year's pick, says Michael Handy. Loading. Oh my god, that's right! Canyon Village. This one's so good. It's just warm and cozy, like, it's so epic too. Wow, I want us to have real rivers like this. Are those logs? Like, no, I see. That's your street, right? Wow. Okay. Awesome. Merry Christmas. That is so good. Wow. I feel cheered. I don't know if I saw this last year, Michael Handy. Thank you for sharing it again. Okay. Also, we really need a bulk fiber item. You made a figgy pudding this year. I take that to mean you made a real figgy pudding this year. I'm not exactly sure how to interpret figgy pudding. Like, it sounds like something I would really like. It sounds like it would be really toasty. At the same time, it sounds like it's got figs in it. Like, and figs are really hit and miss. They're like awesome for fiber and they're great as a sugar substitute, but like, I don't know. Like they can be amazing. And I mean, like, there's all these Middle Eastern recipes, like, you know, for figs dipped in honey, and it's like, oh my god, you're adding one incredibly sweet thing to another incredibly sweet thing. But okay, we digress. So, one of the things that, as we wrap up this session, one of the things that I should mention is that we are thinking about changing our stream schedule in the new year. And specifically, we looked at lots and lots and lots of data from Twitch and lots of data from how people, where people were coming from, how people were watching. We discovered, for example, that people tend to be more available on Thursdays than on Tuesdays, and people tend to actually watch a lot, like in replays, as opposed to live. Although I really love hanging out with you guys here on live. So one of the things that we're thinking of doing is actually, I'd originally planned on consolidating the stream schedule down so that we could spend more time on sort of like larger projects in and among the team, and I was originally thinking that it would be Tuesdays. This stream would be the stream that we would keep, but actually, looking at people's availability, I actually think that it might be Thursdays. So starting in the new year, expect to see me, Ali, and some of the other teammates back on Thursdays at this time slot. So Thursdays at 6 o'clock, and it unfortunately also means that we will be reducing the stream schedule on Wednesday mornings for a lot of reasons, but mostly because, or so that we can focus on doing some more high-level, large-scale stuff. Also because, like, I'm explaining this all wrong. Apologies. So there's a lot of projects that we want to do in 2017, and we want to make sure that we have the right amount of time to focus on them. And also, due to various staffing things, we are stretched a little thin. So while we're in this position, and while we want to focus, and while we still want to hang out with all of you, we are thinking of consolidating our stream schedule to the time in which everyone can best make it, and that would be Thursday nights. So with any luck, we will see you all back here. I will see you all back here on Thursday, January 5th, and we will hang out some more and talk about where Stonehearth is going in 2017 and all of the amazing projects that we have planned. So, Desktop Tuesdays, streaming Thursdays. Michael Hanty won't be around on Thursdays. That is unfortunate, and I really enjoyed hanging out with you, so that is hard. Well, we will be streaming a lot, so maybe your schedule will change. Maybe we'll see what happens, but hopefully it's just a temporary thing, and like maybe like, you know, we'll still be here, and you will eventually find some Thursdays that work. No. Well, maybe you could watch our streams with your kids. I would love to meet them. But it's true. They do come first. So we will see you guys some more in the new year, potentially, probably with a new stream schedule that features on Thursdays. And I hope that you guys all have an amazing holiday season, and that we will get to enjoy a lot more of Stonehearth together in 2017. We have lots of things planned. We have lots of big plans. We have lots of infrastructure things. We have lots of core mechanic things. We have lots of fancy, beautiful art things that we want to and can't wait to get a hold of. So, I hope you guys all have a great vacation too, and I've always really enjoyed hanging out with you, and thank you again for hanging out with me here tonight. So, happy Frostfeast, happy holidays. Signing off for this year. It has been an amazing 4 years.